when you're younger, forget about men. You're naive. I need me some sassy auntie look to film this video. Do I look good in these glasses? I do, but I don't like the way it's reflecting in my eyes or in the camera. So let's begin the video. I think it's best I remove it. Yeah. Bye, sassy auntie. This video has been long overdue for the longest time and I've not filmed it. Hi guys, if you're new here, my name is Fatima Goni, and if you're returning, of course you know how we do it here. Thank you always for coming back and enjoy. This is my space. Today I really want to get deep because the conversation we're going to have is a deep one. This is not about me, this is about all of us that are grown up, all of us are aunties. I have a lot of nieces and nephews, yeah, and all of us that are on our way to adulthood, young adults, and everybody. And mostly this message is directed to the teenagers out there. When we were teenagers, oh my god, I am a young adult now. That's funny. So the thing is, I have a lot of nephews and nieces that are teenagers, and I feel like a message is not being passed to them. What I mean by that is we're actually creating content that are based on what we can relate at our age right now. But when we were 18, when we were 19, when we were 20, we did not have any content that catered to our needs as young teenagers, as teenagers in general. So I have quite a list of things I want to discuss in this video, and I hope that you enjoy it and you find it relatable. Number one is self-care. Self-care is not skincare. It's of it. Self-care is not when you go out and you buy things. Self-care is basically thinking about your mental and physical health. When I was younger, I did not actually know that something existed that was called mental health. I discovered it when I was older. So I feel like as a young adult, your body is changing, your mind is changing, you're thinking of a lot of things. You're transitioning from being a child basically to an adult. Like, you don't even know what is happening in your body. Physically, you're growing. Mentally, you're growing. Your hormones are changing. That's a topic for another day. You're having these thoughts in your head. You don't even know what is causing them. So I would advise you focus on your mental health, physical health, because those are your basic self-care units. Mental health, make sure that you're with people that add positivity to your life, not people that influence you to doing bad things. Make sure that that's the stage in your life you're trying to create a relationship with your Rob, whichever religion it is that you belong to. You're just trying to grow mentally, prioritizing your relationship with your Lord, because at the end of the day, that's him. And if you build from a younger age your relationship with your Lord, as you grow older, it gets easier for you, not harder. Your salah is checked, your Quran is checked, and everything. And when it comes to your physical health, I feel like if we had started exercising from a younger age, it would have been easier for us to exercise consistently now. Let's say, for example, when I started going to the gym when I was 18, or I started doing home exercises when I was 18. Now that I'm past 18, I am going to be able to do any exercise, and it's not going to be challenging for me to do because I built it and just try to eat healthy at a younger age, not when you get older, because it is going to keep you away from so many things that are going to happen to your health when you're older. So building habits from when you're younger is easier to adapt to or to adhere to than when you are an adult and you have a lot of things happening in your life. And the second thing is explore your interests. For example, me, I'm a person of a lot of interests. I love doing a lot of things. I love being a creative. I love doing a lot of things basically. So I'm really grateful for the fact that my parents gave me the avenue to explore a lot of things that I like. Sorry, my voice is going to be seasoned because I have cold. I learned how to sew when I wanted to. I learned how to knit with a machine when I wanted to. I learned how to do a lot of things. I was bought storybooks that had things on that I could draw because I know how to draw, and I was given the avenue too. So if you have a passion and you have a lot of interest, a lot of things that you're interested in, my advice is going to be to explore them. Find an avenue, create an avenue for you. Communicate with your parents. If they're the listening type, just tell them that this is what you want and this is what you want to do, and they'll help you do that. Anything you're passionate about, one thing about passion is if you're passionate about something, you can actually make money from it in the long run. So you just have to find your field of interest and build on that. Build stronger relationships. When I talk about stronger relationships, build build, number one relationship you should build is with yourself. Find a common ground with you and yourself, where you guys have a very strong relationship, where you can communicate with yourself and understand yourself. For example, is you know what you love, right? And regardless of whatever it is that is happening in this world, you're strongly and affirming to yourself that this is what I love and this is what I'm going to do. It all starts from you having a very strong relationship with yourself, and then nurture relationships with your friends and your family. Me, I'm always going to say that I'm very, very grateful with the kind of relationship I have with my siblings, thanks to my parents, and I'm really grateful for that, because we have a relationship where we can communicate, and you know how you feel about yourself, and somebody telling you that you're better, you're being encouraged by them to be a better person, to be a better version of yourself. And then with my friends, I'll tell you that the relationship I have now that are the strongest ones are the ones I built since when I was a teenager, since when I was a child, since when I was little, not the ones I have now. I mean, I'm building some, but the strongest ones are the ones that are built in the past. So the friendships that you have now, that friend you have in secondary school that is like this, make sure that you hold her tight, make sure that you hold him tight to your heart, to your life, and you guys are just exploring, you're growing up together, because the best person that I've seen you is the person that you grew up with. Do you get me? Like, you grew up with somebody, with your siblings. They're just those people that know you better, and they know how to be there for you. They know when to be there for you. So make sure that all the kind of relationships that you have, you build them strongly and you uphold those relationships and just nurture them. And then academic choices. You conflict between wanting to go to art class, commercial class, or even science class. A lot of our parents want us to be in science class because they want you to become a medical doctor, an engineer, basically a medical health practitioner. But your interest is in art. You want to become an artist, like draw, or all this kind of painting and everything. You want to become an accountant, you want to become a lawyer, but your parents is not giving you the avenue to do that. I feel like you've gotten to a point where you have a strong mind to tell your parents that I want to go to this class. And then when they forcefully take you to science class, when you said you want to go to art class, they should find and they should hold themselves responsible for any outcome it is that they see in your result, because you never wanted that. If you had passion for science, you would love maths, you would love biology, you love chemistry. For me, I love biology. Biology is something that I love. I think that was the basic thing that made me want to even be a medical practitioner. Since a child, I wanted to be one, but biology, getting to know biology and getting to study biology gave me the zeal to want to study anatomy, physiology, and all of that. So you see, I have a background of biology and I loved biology, so it gave me the ability to. And then for you, if you like reading books like literatures and everything, you're supposed to go to art class. Tell them I have interest in this, and when they decide that no, then you know that it is their fault, not your fault. And then after secondary school, you want to study engineering, and they said that you have to study medical doctor. I've seen people that have gone to universities and they changed their courses. Their parents never knew until they graduated. I'm not saying you should do that. Communicate with them and then see their own point of view. Make sure that you are telling them that this is where I have passion. I want to build on that passion. I've seen people that, yesterday I was telling my friends, I was like, I've seen people that dreamt about becoming pharmacists. My sister is an example. Somebody that have dreamt of becoming a barista. I have a lot of people, stories that I can tell people that is exciting about people following their passion. So you just have to make the right academic choices so that in life you're not going to regret not being a tech lady and you're a medical doctor, but what you actually wanted to be is a tech person. And then financial literacy. I feel like if I had this when I was younger, I would have been rich by this time of my life. But alhamdulillah for where I am now. But the thing is, you should learn how to invest, budget your money, and save your money. Like any amount of money you're getting. Like now I'm reading Atomic Habits, and 1% change every day leads you to 33% of change out of 100. Like you're building a habit of saving when you're a child. When you're in secondary school and your daddy gives you 5,000, you just leave 1,000 at home in your saving, and you're like asusu or kolo, like Yoruba people call it, and then you put your money inside. Just imagine how much you're going to save from your just one every time you come 1,000 to your SS3. It might not be a lot, but you would have saved something. You're building your financial literacy. And then budgeting, like you want to buy something, you're not overspending. Somebody like me, I'm a spontaneous spender, impulsive buyer rather. I've been working on that, and alhamdulillah, I'm working on it. But had it be I had worked on it when I was younger, it would have been easier for me to control the way I buy things. And then budgeting is something that I'm realizing this year in 2024. Had it been I had learned it since when I was a child, it would have been easier for me to learn to budget my things, budget my money. This is how much I want to spend on this, and I'm not going to pass that. You get me? So if you're like me and we're learning this year, it's not bad, but had it been we learned since when we were children or teenagers, it would have been better for us navigating life right now. Then the next thing is develop a growth mindset. You need to emphasize on the importance of learning from your experiences. You started something, you failed at it. As a young person, what we usually do is distract from that situation. Like, we don't want to do that again because we don't want to fail. I'm not saying you should chase your failures. I'm saying learn from them. When you try something and it didn't work, you can try it again like 10 times. And then I tell you that you get better at it the second time than the first time you tried. So like, learning from your failures, from your experiences, is just you opening your mind to growth, and you're telling yourself that I'm growing personally. And what it teaches me and it taught me till this day is you're actually going to be resilient. Anything that comes at you in life, like, you're going to stand firm, and it's going to bounce. Even if it shakes you, at the end of the day, it's going to bounce, because you've learned from a younger age that if something does not break you, it makes you stronger. So you've already developed that growth mindset. For me personally, if I try something individually or with people and it doesn't work, what I tell myself is that I'm going to try again tomorrow and I'll see the outcome. Whether I fail at it or not, I will try. I'm going to be scared, but I'll do it scared. I'm going to have this fear, but I'll do it with fear. That's one thing I love about myself, the resilience. And it's something that I have built since when I was a child. If I do test today and I fail, next test I will do it and I'll try my best to pass. So that's what I do. So that's what you should do to open your mind to growth, and take every loss as a blessing and as a challenge for you to be better. And the next one I'll be talking about is learn new skills. If you feel like you want to learn how to tailor, go to a fashion house and learn how to be a tailor. If you want to learn how to do art, go and learn how to do art. If you want to learn how to do anything with your hands, learn how to. If you want to learn how to cook, learn how to cook. Me, I'll still use myself as an example. I'm trying to put myself in the picture of being a teenager again. For me, I learned how to sew and knit since when I was a child. I made money with it when I needed to. When I was in school, when I was in India, I sew for people and I made money from it. I sew abayas and I sew hijabs. I made money from them, and I cooked. I sold food when I was in school because I knew how to cook since when I was like primary 5. I was like, how old? Maybe like 10 or something like that. I learned how to cook at that tender age. I can cook, so I made money from it. And just learn. Now I know how to do content. I can make money from content if I want to. That's what I'm trying to do. So you have to learn skills, like learn things that are going to be beneficial for you when you're an adult. Because if you want to be rich and wealthy in life, you don't have one source of income is not going to make you wealthy. So you can use the skills that you have to become a wealthy person in the future. But that should start since when you are younger. And then set goals. As a young person, you should have a goal. Like, when I study physics every day, before setting a goal, you need to learn your system. Okay, I have a goal of getting an A in physics. What am I going to do to achieve my goal of getting A in physics? I'll study every day for 30 minutes. I'll study every day for an hour until my test or my exam. So you're setting a goal and you have a system to follow that goal and achieve that goal. So as a young person, you need to learn to set goals. Set goals, just remove everything from your life. Have focus, set a goal, and design a system that will follow to getting that goal of yours. And the last thing I'll talk about is forget about men. When you're younger, forget about men. At that time, you're naive. I understand that you're naive, and in this age and era, people are getting married 16, 18. I'm not against that. If I'm being honest, I'm partially against that, because I feel like as a lady here, it's rare for you to see a man getting married at the age of 18, if we're being honest. It is older men that marry women that are 18, 19, 20. I feel like at that time, men should not be your focus. You're trying to discover yourself. What kind of woman are you? What kind of woman do you want to be? What kind of person do you want to to be generally. Like you're discovering yourself, your self-worth, what you want, what you're going to stand for, and what you're going to be against. Imagine somebody coming in your life, which is a man, and I believe that you and I know that men are manipulative in nature. It is their nature to be manipulative. I'm very sorry, but that's just the fact. A man who sees a naive girl is going to manipulate her. Oh, if you do this, I'm going to give you money. If you do this, I'm going to marry you. You know, she has been coming to social media and she has been seeing how people are doing couple content, and she wants to be a couple too. So in that naive state that she doesn't know, like how some people will say, but essentially one can't, like she would fall for that, and she will, you know, the man will have his way to do his things, and he might end up like leaving her. When I look at it, like the women that have problems in their lives right now, like let's say kind of women that do not, like they cannot, you know, abstain from men, it started from a tender age. It was one man that started it. I don't know, I don't care who he is, but it was one man that started it. He started it, he left her alone. Yet she's a bad person, ba zan iya aurenta ba, ai ta iskance, ka manta ita kai ka iskantar da ita, kai ka mai da ita iska. Did you forget that it was one man that opened the door for the rest to come inside and do whatever it is that they want to do? You get me? So leave men aside, set goals for your life. This is who I want to be. I want to become a doctor. Study for JAM. If you're going to study abroad, go abroad, become that doctor, come back. You're a woman of value. You know your value, you know your worth. No man is coming to your life to manipulate you. You have set standards for your life that this is the kind of life I want. If you're not offering it to me, I'm leaving. You get me? We've come to the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed filming this video, because it was like I was talking to my younger self, and it just got interested as I spoke. I believe that we are on the same level on this, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Leave any video suggestions that you want to see on this page and I'll get back to you. Bye.